Hi, I'm Angel. Thanks for stopping by. I want to give you just a real quick overview of how I make a quick batch of papercrete. Over there behind me you see the Head Hutt Mega-Sculpture. That is a mega-sculpture I built myself and wrote a book about. You can find it on Amazon. And here is the Head Hutt. This is the planter section. That is built from papercrete and other materials. Again, you can find more about that in my book on Amazon if you're interested. But meanwhile, I just want to share because I think papercrete has become one of my favorite building mediums for many reasons. One of which is that in the city where I live here, there's an ample supply of already shredded paper that's just going to waste. So makes for a good free material. Another is that it lightens up the cement, so I mix it with sand and hydrated lime, that's what you see there, and some Portland cement powder, and it uses a lot less Portland cement powder than it would if I weren't using the paper and the lime, obviously. And last but not least, one of my favorite things, reasons that I like to use papercrete is that the moisture content, the paper itself, the cellulose fiber, makes an excellent finished product. The lime helps it actually sequesters CO2 back out of the environment instead of, so it's utilizing a waste product without creating more waste and pollution. And in fact, it's helping to mitigate some of that pollution very slightly, but still better to go in the right direction than the wrong. And that was a bonus reason, because actually what I was trying to spit out is that it makes this material, this medium, a lot more workable for a lot longer. So once you mix Portland cement into your water sand mixture, even if you're using lime will slow that cure rate down a little bit. But in our current climate where I am, we're hitting 80, even in the 90s for temperatures, and Quickcrete or most Portland cement based products are going to cure really fast, and I have to drive this an hour out of town. I don't have any power, so it would cure in the bucket before I even got it out there, let alone wouldn't be workable. Or I would have to mix it on site, and it's hot and there's no power or no water source. So this is an excellent solution because I can mix it here. Again, I've found just as one person and with limited energy, 3 buckets is a great, quick, less than an hour worth of putting up just 1 or 2 rows of bottles in this experimental bottle wall I'm working on. But obviously depends on the size of your project and how much energy you have and your goals as to how much you'd want to mix up. But you could conceivably mix up, several vehicle loads for several, or even half a dozen or a dozen or however many human beings you have to work. And I found I can do 6 buckets in an hour myself if I'm working fast and I have everything pretty prepped, and I tend to be a fast worker anyway. That's with a little cleanup time. That's just to give you a rough idea. We all work at different paces, and again, it varies a lot depending on what you're doing. All that overview gone through, I'm going to mention again, if you're interested in finding out more about the Head Hutt, do look up my book on Amazon. You'll find a link below. And also, I am going to be hopefully doing some workshops along with some courses in the near future. Everything kind of got paused due to the pandemic. The pandemic paused, but I think we are getting unpaused to some degree. So this is builder's sand. It has a rough tooth, as it's called, so it's not play sand, which is soft, generally silica sand. This is feldspar. Rough builder's sand, and this is a half bag of hydrated lime. I cut that in half. I'm about to go cut my bag of Portland cement in half, and then I'll be using about half a gallon or so. I make my cement and papercrete a lot like I make my pancakes, which is roughly, I'm that kind of person. Right down here you see a bag of Portland cement, just to give you an idea. It's type 1 or 2 Zia Portland. Comes in a 94-pound bag. That's what you would make a cement mix. This is actually clay, getting ready for an outdoor oven out there, which I'll also be talking more about in the future. But in any case, I will cut that by putting a piece of rebar under it, getting it to go to two sides, slicing it open. That makes it a lot more manageable, because otherwise this 94-pound bag is a little bit tough if you're feeling weak at all, which lately I am a little. So cutting it in half makes it a lot more manageable, like 40 to 50 pounds. And then I will put on a mask and some gloves, and I will put about, like I said, about half a gallon to a gallon. I just have a scooper bucket is why I call it that. Into each of those other buckets of paper mash. That's just paper and water right now. And I will add sand, Portland cement, and lime. Mix that up. And I should have most of the day of workable time, even with the heat. Just take that out and work on my bottle wall. Here you can see an example of a pretty, one of my prouder bottle walls that does have, this is a mixture of all sorts of things. Again, if you're interested, check out the book. Till next time, thanks for stopping by. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or comments. Ciao for now.